band front once again, please. ABC Mountain. Now what you all have been waiting for, the often imitated but never duplicated Cougar dance mix, which will include They Not Like Us, Shake, and Then Leave.
your dance band.
So I actually pulled my hamstring bowling the other night.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did. I freaking tweaked it. It hurts like hell. Bowling. Everybody makes fun of me. I'm like, I know that sounds ridiculous. I hear myself say it. Trust me, but.
Okay, Cougars.
So which one is it?
My slide foot. Because I stuck a little bit up there, and I felt like the week before I felt it like a little bit go, and I'm like, God. So I kept bowling, kind of was ginger with it, and then third game this week, I stuck again, and it went. It didn't pop, but I'm going to the dryer next week to get a little rehab.
Did our numbers change at all?
I don't think so. This guy here, supposedly a stud, not playing.
Kevin Brown. Who's their big sophomore that has basically verbal Penn State?
I don't know, but Messiah Mickens is their leading rusher. That's their leading receiver. So I thought this guy was better, this coach guy, the receiver. But everybody keeps saying they're running back, so maybe it's him he's looking at. They're both juniors.
Altoona at home to the Altoona Area High School Mountain Lions.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
In a crowd with someone and I might die. Shot got me out too high. I be stepping on the beach in some white ones. Can't control it, I think I'm too fly. She back it back, oh, she in that mode. I rip her tracks out, she gotta go. I hop up on my bike and be sitting out the air. It's not about the way, yeah, this way you go. You believe in yourself, it will get you through it. Oh, I believe in myself. Can you see what I'm doing? In a crowd with someone and I might die. Shot got me out too high. I be stepping on the beach in some white ones. Can't control it, I think I'm too fly.
Good evening and welcome to Mansion Park. It is time for Altoona High School football. Tonight the Mountain Lions take on the Harrisburg Cougars here at Mansion Park. It is homecoming night tonight, Chris.
Yeah, homecoming's always great. There's a full week of activities culminating in the coronation here at halftime of the football game, and just a great week for the kids and everybody involved, and it's a lot of fun, and memories that everybody always remembers. You always remember something about your homecoming, whether you won it or a friend of yours won it, or you probably even remember just who won, and that's kind of how this works. But oh, by the way, there's a football game, and Mountain Lions come in winless tonight at 0-6, facing a very good Harrisburg Cougars team that's 5-1, coming off a state semifinal appearance here at Mansion Park last year. They lost to North Allegheny right here in the state semis. So, you know, and this is a very good team. So we'll see what happens here tonight.
Well, along with that, last week the Mountain Lions were in a game with Bishop McDevitt, who only lost to the Cougars by the score of 33-32, their only loss of the year. And the Mountain Lions were on the 5-yard line with under 2 minutes to go, with either the tying score or the go-ahead score at that point. If they pushed it in and got two on a fourth down play, there was a fumble on the pitch, and the Mountain Lions were not able to pick it up. But they had some big plays. They played well last week. They were in the game with Bishop McDevitt right to the end. On the other side, the Cougars, as you said, they come in tonight 5-1. They have not lost yet in the Mid-Penn. They lost their opening game of the year, and other than that, they've been on a roll. There's quite a few Division I players or talent on the Cougars team, and in fact, we had a little guest visitor come in tonight, I should say fly in tonight. A helicopter landed right outside of Mansion Park on the baseball field. A blue and white right one, and out walked James Franklin, and he is standing on the sidelines for right now, away from both teams.
Yeah, it's kind of an exciting night for Coach Franklin to be here. The kids love it, and everybody was taking pictures and all that kind of happy, good stuff. And he's just here to do some recruiting. He's looking at a couple kids from Harrisburg, so to speak, here, and we'll see. I think he has to get in the helicopter and fly somewhere else tonight. He's going to the second half somewhere else in Pennsylvania here. So
yeah, he's supposedly flying out towards Pittsburgh, try to catch a second half game over there. There are a couple players from Harrisburg that, well, at least one has committed, and others that were talking of committing to Penn State. So Coach Franklin has the game tomorrow, so he decided to take the helicopter out tonight, stop here on his way out to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, their duties. You would think they would be locked in, getting ready for UCLA tomorrow at noon, but he's constantly working for the future, and that's what these college coaches have to do now. It's a 365, 24/7 job that they constantly have to do, and of course they get paid very handsomely to do it. But still, it's a year-round thing.
So our honorary captain tonight is longtime Altoona area junior high school principal Lori Mangan, who retired this summer after approximately 36 years. Was a principal at either Roosevelt or the junior high for the last 22 or 23, I believe. And she is our honorary captain. So the Mountain Lions and the Cougars tonight will be ready here for a mid-pen clash. And I hope Altoona is able to do what they did last week against McDevitt and give this a good game.
Yeah, I mean, last week, now McDevitt has not played against this flex bone offense, so Harrisburg has, and the rest of the teams in the league have, and it definitely makes a difference if you've seen it. So I think the Mountain Lions took them by surprise last week a little bit and executed, played well, played like they could finally play, and hopefully that carries over into this game this week, that they execute, they stop the turnovers, the silly penalties, and all those kinds of things that set them back behind the chains that just debilitate that offense.
Well, Harrisburg, again, has another strong team, as you said, off that state semifinal appearance last year. The key to them is they have speed. So where the Mountain Lions broke some big plays last week, with the speed that they have, they've got to get to work, run the ground and pound and get a pass here or there. But they're not going to probably get those big plays based off the speed of the Cougars here tonight. And we also have a few injuries from the Harrisburg side, so we'll see what happens as Mountain Lions will kick it off. It will go to the deep man. That is number 7, Quincy Brannon, and he does not go anywhere as the Mountain Lions converge on him at the 20 and bring him down at the 22.
Yeah, good job on kick coverage there. So you're going to see many skill players. They kind of spread it out. At the running back position, you're going to see number 2, Messiah Mickens, Nehemiah Ewell, number 4, Zamir Hill, number 14. The quarterback, Jayon Lewis, also runs. He's a dual threat, number 5, so he slings it around a little bit. And their 2 receivers are Quincy Brannon, that you just saw, and their leading receiver is Elias Koch, number 1. He comes in 24 catches, 409 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So those are kind of the guys. You see Koch spread out on the upper part of your screen. That's going to be Lewis's go-to guy through the air pretty much.
So Jayon Lewis is lined up as the quarterback, number 5, and he's got Mickens next to him. And he gives the ball to Mickens. Mickens goes out to the right and gets a sweep and just takes off down the sideline and is finally pushed out of bounds after a 30-yard gain. That was pushed out of bounds. I believe that was Parker White.
Yeah, Mickens, 6 foot, 200-pound junior. He's the real deal. He's big and fast. 200-pound back that can run is really huge for breaking tackles and punishing people and breaking away. So he's only had 46 carries, So it's not like he's like the workhorse kind of guy. They definitely spread it around. But he has 46 carries, 324 yards coming in, and 3 touchdowns.
There's another handoff to Mickens as he goes up the middle and through, and he'll pick up, we'll give him 5, so it's going to be 2nd and 5, as he got through the first level but then got slowed down at the linebackers. And I believe MJ Harrington as well as Logan Vukovic were on that tackle.
So Logan Vukovic has been just a staple of the defense all year. He definitely leads his team in tackles without question for that middle linebacker position.
There's a fake handoff, and the quarterback will keep it, get around the first man, get the first down, and he'll get out of bounds at about the 32. So a gain of 12, and Lewis picks up another first down.
And he just escaped Harrington. Harrington almost got him for a loss in the backfield, and he just kind of broke that tackle and got downfield for that first down. The tackle again, of course, by Vukovic. You're going to hear that name quite a bit tonight. He got into the offense last week, caught a ball, and almost had a touchdown. He got called out of bounds, which was a 4th down play, which is another touchdown they could have scored earlier. They could have won that game last week. What a huge upset.
Handoff to Mickens again. He gets through the first line, and it looks like he's going to go down the sideline and in for the touchdown. So a 32-yard touchdown, and Harrisburg made it look easy as they walked down the field on 4 plays, went 78 yards, and scored the opening touchdown.
Just great job of Mickens breaking tackles there and bouncing it to the outside.
So the kicker tonight is Lopez. He is a 5'8" senior. Darwin Lopez is kicking. I think 5'8" is a little bit exaggerated. But he gets the ball down and right on through for a 7-0 lead for Harrisburg. We are 1 minute and 9 seconds into this game.
Well, McDevitt scored in 35 seconds last week, so, these things happen, and the Mountain Lions bounced back and played well the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can do that here tonight. So far, the Mountain Lions kind of looked a little bit overmatched with that speed factor that you talked about. We'll see. Sometimes when teams from Harrisburg come up here, they have a little trouble getting off the bus. Maybe you can catch them early. Well, not the case here tonight, huh? They come out firing on all cylinders.
So again, I am Jim Abbott along with Chris Strawmier, and this game is brought to you by the MLTV crew. Tonight's director is Kaylee Knoll. Graphics and sound, Kendall Kogan. Cameras, Deke Scott and Parker Huey Kish. And down on the sidelines, we have Megan Kelly, Emerson Snare, Sydney Wilbur, Adeline Hemmelswright, and Aiden Aiken. So Mr. Baker and his MLTV crew do a wonderful job in bringing you all this action. Mountain Lions will take it at the 20 and just run up to the 25.
There goes Branson Adams on that short little carry, or return, should I say. So MJ Harrington, the quarterback, he was the quarterback, he wasn't the quarterback, he was the fullback. Now he's back to the quarterback again, and he's played better of recent weeks. He's done a little bit of a better job reading defenses, reading the pitch, handling that offense. His footwork has been better. The interceptions are way down compared to where they were at the beginning of the year. So we'll see if that can help the Mountain Lions be successful tonight.
Well, Harrington's under center, and Mountain Lions have 4 receivers to the right. He tries to take the ball and go down the sideline, but the middle of that Harrisburg line just collapsed right on top of him, and he got just back to the line of scrimmage. Those front 4 were through very quickly.
So the Mountain Lions also a little beat up on the offensive line. Calvin Troutman is one of their big returning guys. He is still out. He hasn't been active for a few weeks now.
So Harrisburg is in a 6-2 or a 6-3 formation. They are putting all the guys in the box, and they are covering the wide receivers one-on-one, and we have a stop in the action for a penalty.
Blew this one dead for some reason. Offside. Lined up offside.
Harrisburg,
yeah.
the Mountain Lions will get it out to the 30, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Again, the Cougars are just putting everybody right in the box, going man-to-man on the outside. So there are 9 guys in the box right now. And there's a jump again, and did they call it? Yes, they did.
Yep, that'll be a first down.
So Mountain Lions 2 plays in a row.
Defense number 2.
Get Harrisburg to come off sides, and there's a first down out to the 40 or 36.
So anyway, back to the Mountain Lions line. Joe Speece, the center, has really been battling a knee all year. He's in and out at times. He's going to give it a go tonight. I think he's out there now. So they're kind of beat up on the offensive line, and they have the sophomore number 17. Noah Staines playing that fullback position.
Here's an option reverse, and the free safety came out of nowhere, came up,
standing over top of him, and then goes down like a ton of bricks.
So there will be a 4-yard loss. No, they're going to mark him out to the 33. So a 2-yard loss. One way or the other, there should have been a penalty. Either you're Talton or the Mountain Lion in that case was number 2. Was that Hazelwood?
As Amy Ballas.
Amy Ballas. He came up and then just picked up the leg of the receiver and threw him down.
And the other guy that's been out for a couple weeks now is Zion Patterson. So they're a little bit thin at the running back. They have sophomore Noah Staines playing back there right now, number 17, as he actually breaks one here.
So Staines breaks it up the middle, gets some nice blocking right away, and he gets all the way out to the 44. So that's going to be a gain of 11 for Staines. And the Mountain Lions are in a short 3rd and 2 situation.
So we're going to have to keep our eye on some stuff there. A little bit of taunting there on that play. They were kind of, Mountain Lions and the Cougars were face-to-face in pregame down here in the right end zone earlier. So there might be a little bit of chippiness going on here. We'll have to keep our eye on stuff.
So again, the Mountain Lions have 9 guys close, and so does Harrisburg. They're backing up a little bit. Linebackers coming through on a blitz. Staines gets the ball. He gets to the line of scrimmage and maybe one more. So it's going to be a 4th and less than 1. The question is, what is Coach Niedermeyer going to do at this point? Are you going to punt, or are you going to try to go for it on that 4th and 1?
At the very least, you try to draw them off sides.
You can hear the Harrisburg coaches yelling, "Don't jump, don't jump." And MJ steps away. They're going to call another play. 16 seconds on the play clock. He sets up underneath, and he gets the snap and just goes forward, and he's going to go forward for at least 5 yards. So in that 6-2 alignment, they leave the center uncovered, and Harrington and Speece just snap the ball and go 5 yards straight up the middle. And another first down for the Mountain Lions.
You're talking Harrington's a big fella. He's about 6'2", 225. Well, he's listed as 6'3", 225, so that was a good guess on my part. But anyway, he's tough to bring down. He definitely is a beast in there. And the surprise probably helped a little bit, too, with the Mountain Lions there.
MJ drops back to pass. He throws it over the middle, and it is intercepted. He overthrows his receiver, and Harrisburg's taking it down the right side. He's trying to cut back through the middle. The Mountain Lions are able to dive at his legs and bring him down at the 23. That was Elias Koch on the interception.
Yeah, that pass was just overthrown. Intended for Mikey Chisholm, number 4. Way too tall. And he was open, actually. He just overthrew him. And Koch was back there behind to just clean up the mess, pick that off. Harrisburg's back in business inside the Mountain Lions' 25-yard line.
So Harrisburg is starting their second drive here. They have 3 receivers almost stacked to the far right side. 6:21 to go first quarter, 7-0 Harrisburg as they drove and scored, and they just intercepted MJ Harrington and ran it back to the 23-yard line of the Mountain Lions. There's the handoff. This time it's number 9, I believe.
Yeah, that's Nehemiah Ewell.
So Ewell will take it up to about the 18, so we'll give him 5.
Vukovic on the stop. Nehemiah Ewell. And 5, second and 5.
Harrisburg will change their receivers. They'll bring, well, they were going to bring trips back to the left. And then Koch, who had the interception, looked over at the coach, and he's now on his own on the, on the right. Harrisburg is in the red zone. And there's a fake handoff, and was getting swarmed by a lot of Mountain Lions, threw the ball, and it was caught, but it was caught out of bounds. So it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Lewis just kind of scrambled, give himself some time to try to find Koch over there, and Koch caught it, as you said. That was almost a great catch. He obviously didn't get his feet down. That was the far side of the field for us. We can't really see that far what happened.
But I thought he was just throwing the ball away. And as you said, Koch had a chance there. 7 seconds on the play clock. Harrisburg will set. And the snap, and the quarterback will keep it. He gets hit at the 19 and taken down there. They're going to mark it actually at the 20.
Davis on the stop.
So Davis with this, we don't want to call it a sack, but a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, take care of Davis, who was in the backfield on that play. It was a great play.
And it is now 4th and 7
Fourth down
for Harrisburg. They're showing that they are going to go for it. They have trips to the left. A lone receiver to the right is Koch. There's the snap. The Mountain Lions blitz. They don't get to him, and it's thrown over the middle. Holy smokes.
Did he catch that?
He caught that ball. I believe that was number 7. He had it in his left hand, reached out, and then it went around his back, and then he pulled it out and caught it. That was an incredible catch.
Unbelievable.
I know we don't have replay right now.
Quincy Brannon.
But if you're watching this post-game, go back and watch that catch.
Rewind it and watch that again. On a big 4th and 7. The Mountain Lions brought a lot of pressure. Harrisburg picked it up. So that's always a danger zone. And there were some guys open down there. And I thought Lewis overthrew him. Unbelievable. The extra point is good.
That was a outstanding individual play. Again by Quincy Brandon. He caught the ball. So 2 quick touchdowns for Harrisburg. They drive and score in 1 minute and 9 seconds to open the game. They stopped the Mountain Lions on an interception. The run back was approximately 50 yards down to the 23-yard line of the Mountain Lions. And then on a 4th and 7, Brennan came up with an outstanding, incredible play to put the Cougars up 14-0.
Yeah, that was incredible. I thought, I'm like, I saw the ball moving around, and I thought, oh, he must have dropped it. That's why my reaction was, did he catch that?
It was sort of out of his reach because he was only able to get his left hand up, but he was able to control it enough as he went by, flipped it behind his back, and he made the catch.
Wow.
So Harrisburg will kick off for the 3rd time. This one is a very short punt. The Mountain Lions just cover and drop at the 28-yard line.
Another little chippiness over there.
They'll take over.
Parker White.
Mountain Lions will start their second possession. I am getting notification that Coach Franklin is walking towards the helicopter. We'll let you know when it lifts off. MJ will try to follow his runner. Nothing doing as he falls forward back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. So Franklin and the pilot just loaded up the helicopter.
2nd and 9.
And we got lights flashing to our right out on the baseball field. MJ will take it from under center, 2nd and 10. There's a little quick motion, handoff to Staines up the middle. He might have got one, but that's it.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 31. They gave him a yard. Pretty stout up front, Harrisburg is.
So we're going with 3rd and 9 at, well, you have to say at the 30. It's just over the 30. It's not at the 31. Mountain Lions come under center. They have one receiver to the left, 2 to the right. They're pretty spread out. Harrington drops back. It's a screen, and he sort of just threw it early. Nobody was around, and Mountain Lions will be forced to punt.
That was Messiah Mickens in there in Harrington's face.
Well, the one thing with those type of screens, the offensive line has to block 1001, 1002 and release. If you don't chip those rushers at all, they're going to get to your quarterback before the play is set up.
Yeah,
And
Mickens was completely unblocked off the edge, so that screwed that play up for sure.
Harrington, nice high spiral kick down to the 31, fair catch, and it is caught at the 30 by Koch.
That's a 39-yard punt, no return, sky high. You'll take that anytime. That was a great punt.
Yes. And it let all the Mountain Lions get out and around him, so he couldn't run it. That's why he signaled for the fair catch. So 3:15 to go. Harrisburg missed the last extra point, so it is 13-0. 3:15 to go in the first.
Mickens is back in the backfield. Number 2 for Harrisburg.
So Mickens gets the ball, comes to the left, and he's going to we'll give him 4 yards. You can hear the helicopter blades, and they're about 100 yards away from us, and it just lifts off.
The tackler. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
And
headed towards the whippeal.
Good thing the helicopter pilot avoided those lights there. They're showing us right there. There goes the Penn State helicopter. Coach Franklin was here for the last hour or so. There's a quarterback. Basically, he just took it and went to the right, sprinted, was able to get all the way up to the 44, so a gain of 10 for Lewis.
So if you followed Harrisburg over the last couple years, they had a quarterback named Sean Lee who was very good. And through some kind of snafu somehow, ended up playing 4 straight years. And whether I don't know what the story is exactly. Did he repeat 9th grade? I don't know what happened. Anyway, the point is you're only eligible for 4 years. So his senior year, he was not eligible. And he petitioned the PIAA and did not win, appealed it. So he is at a prep school right now. So Jayon Lewis says, okay, thank you very much. I'll come in and start. And he's putting up some great stats and running and throwing the ball all over the field for Harrisburg this year, number 5 out there.
So Ewell is back in at running back, and he got, we'll give him 2 yards on that last carry, so it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I believe Sean Lee, I don't remember what prep school he's at, but he signed with Pitt. So he'll be going to Pitt next year.
Lewis keeps it, dumps it off, and that is to Koch. That is big yardage gain from the 46 down to the 35, so a gain of 19. And that was just a quick little 5-yard hitch or turn in, and he put the ball on Koch. Koch got it, raced up the middle till he got tackled at the 35, so gain of 19. And we get another 1st and 10. Twins both side, they are stacked. Ewell in the backfield, he will take the ball, run it up the middle, and get tackled pretty much right at the line of, well, he got a good push, maybe 3 yards down to the 32. So Ewell picks up 3. It is now a 2nd and 7.
You. 2nd and 7.
So now we have trips to the right, tight end left. Harrisburg looks a little bit confused. There's a snap, the handoff to Ewell. He'll get through and fumble, and the fumble bounced, and the Mountain Lions didn't get it at first. And I think they got on it the second time. A lineman dove for it and missed it from Harrisburg, and it was still bouncing around, and let's see who has it at the bottom of the pile. They're going to say the Harrisburg lineman did recover.
Number 55 recovered it for Harrisburg.
So that will be a 1st down.
Jayon Lee, senior, just dove on the ball down. The Mountain Lions had like 3 chances at it, you're right, and just couldn't get a hold of it. They fumbles forward for a 1st down.
So in the med pen, 2 of Altoona's last 2 opponents, Carlisle has beaten Chambersburg 7-0 in the 1st. Elsewhere in the area with a timeout here, they're just going to let the time run down. We have a change of quarter. So the score has been corrected. That 2nd extra point was good.
I thought
it is
good.
now 14-0.
I was watching that.
So looking at the Laurel Highlands, Forest Hills beating Central Cambria 7-0. Richland 7-0 over Johnstown. Pencambria 8-0 over Chestnut Ridge. Central beating Penns Valley 6-0 in the 1st. Tyrone beating Huntington 8-0. There's a big game out at the county seat. You have Hollidaysburg's 5-1. I believe Jersey Shore is also 5-1. And at this point, there is no score in that game.
So you said Chambersburg and Carlisle are playing.
Yes.
CD East is at Central Dauphin, a batter of the Dolphins. Cedar Cliff is at State College tonight, and McDevitt is at Cumberland Valley. So we get those scores, we'll get them into you as we get some.
So after the change of quarter, Harrisburg is lined up on the line of scrimmage. The Mountain Lions will come out of their huddle on the sideline with Coach Niedermeyer. Jersey Shore does have a 6-0 lead on Hollidaysburg early in the 1st quarter. Again, homecoming night. So the festivities at halftime will be a little longer. We will bring you all the action. And we'll announce the homecoming queen and her escort. Lewis throws across his body, and it went through one of the defender's hands.
Parker White jumps up, thinks he has it. It goes right through his hands.
And then Mekhi Jackson of Harrisburg must have been a little bit distracted with.
What? Mekhi Jackson, number 11?
There's at Harrisburg.
We have a Mekhi Jackson, number 11. That is the craziest thing.
I know we
Each
do.
team has a Mekhi Jackson, number 11. They're even the same number. That's crazy. Mekhi Jackson is Altoona's backup quarterback at this point. Freshman, number 11.
And Harrisburg's is a senior. Short pass thrown behind Koch. He's not able to make the catch, so it is going to be 3rd and 10 after the 2 incomplete passes.
3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen all of Harrisburg's game, but what little I've watched the tape on Huddle and stuff, he catches everything thrown his way. I think that's pretty rare for him to drop the ball. He's a very good player. Elias Koch, number 1. He's a junior, 6'3", 200 pounds.
Shotgun formation. They fake the handoff, and there's a screen set up, and
He
the screen is
drops it.
dropped. And then it is blown dead.
Mickens drops the ball. 4th down and 10. I don't believe they've really tried any field goals this year, so they're probably going for it here.
So the ball's at the 25.
4th down.
Last time on 4th down, there was the incredible catch by Koch and the touchdown. So there's 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And the quarterback getting chased. He's across the line of scrimmage, and he slides on a 4th down.
on 4th down.
So he'll gain 2, but the Mountain Lions will take over.
So number 9, Tykeer Davis got a huge jump up the middle on that. Got past the center. Did a great job timing that very well. Forced Lewis out of the pocket, and Mountain Lions take over on downs.
So Mountain Lions will start once again. 11:35 to go in the second. They have an end-over situation. They have all receivers to the left side of the field. There's a little movement and a handoff to Staines up the middle. There was a little hole, but it closed quickly, so he will pick up 2 and make it 2nd and 8 for the Mountain Lions. Again, the Mountain Lions are coming out in formations to see how Harrisburg is going to react to them. And really, Harrisburg hasn't. They've been going man on the outside and lining up with either a 5-3 or a 6-2 in the middle. Same formation, but you have a wing back to the right. He's in motion, a fake handoff, the pitch, and it hits the deck, and it's picked up, but a loss of 10. As the one thing MJ Harrington has had trouble with pretty much all year is that pitch on the option. He just sort of tosses it without seeing where his man is. That was about 5 to 7 yards in front of him, and it's going to be a big 3rd and 16.
Yeah, he waits a split second too long. I mean, you have to draw the defense, but he waits a split second too long there and just kind of was forced to quick pitch it out there and didn't have time to like actually throw it to his guy. But very fortunate that wasn't a big turnover for the Mountain Lions.
Harrington drops back to pass over the middle.
Wide open.
Man open.
Oh.
Where's the penalty on that? There's one.
There we go. It has to be. He went to the head. Like, you cannot go to the head or neck area.
So Amy Ballas looked like he was catching the ball, and then I thought was that Koch? He just basically lowered his right shoulder into his face.
I'm not sure who it was.
Well, it's going to be an automatic 1st down, I believe.
Yeah, that's because not everything's an automatic 1st down in high school, and it was 16 to go. So the previous spot would make it 3rd and 1.
3rd play. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 7 of the defense.
It's number 7.
That'll be 15 yards, previous spot.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, Quincy Brannon. So it's not an automatic 1st down. So it'll be 3rd and 1.
Well, this changes the play call. However, that was a nice setup, play, and execution. It was right in his hands. That's a targeting call in college.
Right.
Automatic ejection. So they're changing the play at the line of scrimmage. We're down to 5 on the clock. Motion, handoff to Stain. Nope, there's a pitch again, and the pitch is way behind.
That was actually, I think, catchable. I don't know what happened there.
The pitch was to number 22.
It was at Branson Adams, just kind of dropped it.
Was that?
It's 28, Adams.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just kind of dropped it. I think the pitch was there. I probably would have just taken my big fella straight ahead on that one like they did before.
Yep.
It's easy to say now after the fact, but.
So Harrington's first punt, 39 yards. Nice high punt, spiral. There's the snap. There is no rush. Harrington's going to run it.
He's
going to run it. There's nobody there.
Nobody there.
He runs out to the 45-yard line. So a gain of 17.
And he's done that before. He's waited and waited and waited and see. I mean, Harrisburg literally evacuated the entire team. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
MJ Harrington, 17-yard gain.
So 9:07 to go in the second. The Mountain Lions pick up a first down on the fake punt. And again, I think that's a choice that Harrington has. He always does wait a second or two to see what's coming with the rush, and the rush completely turned, and he was able to pick up 17 yards before he went out of bounds untouched. There's a handoff up the middle to Skanes. No, he keeps it. Harrington just pulled it in and followed Skanes through the hole. Went to the left.
And he loses his helmet, so he has to come out of play.
Is this where you call a timeout so you don't lose your quarterback for a play?
They're bringing Parker White in to take a snap, not the freshman Jackson. Interesting.
So gain of 4 on the play.
Number 29, junior Parker White. He's going to play the one play at quarterback here.
That one they give to Staines, and he'll pick up 2 to the 49 on the other side of the field. And we're in a 3rd and 4 situation.
And Harrington's right back in there.
So Harrisburg picked up 2 touchdowns very quickly in the first quarter. 1 on a 32-yard run, and 1 on an incredible pass 20 yards away. Handoff to Staines again, and he's going to get 1 more, so it's now going to be 4th and 3. Mountain Lion offense is staying out there.
$7:20 here left in the first half. Mountain Lions elect to go for it.
At the 48-yard line of Harrisburg, seeing if they can get a jump. And there's a timeout quickly called by the Mountain Lion sideline.
Timeout. Altoona. That's our first.
And they've done this before. They might just come out and punt it here. That could have been a just full plan was to draw them offside on that one. And if you don't, then you just punt the ball away.
So again, during the timeout, I'd like to thank the MLTV crew as they do a wonderful job bringing this game to you. You have director Kylie Knoll, graphics and sound Kendall Kogan, cameras Adelaide Scott, Parker Yui Kish, sidelines Megan Kelly, Emerson Snare, Sydney Wilbur, Adeline Hemmelwright, and Aiden Aiken. So thank you to the MLTV students and Mr. Baker to get this game on the air so that it is preserved. You can pick it up at any time you want at MLTV on YouTube. So we got a lot of things going on in the world of sports. You had I thought it was a great football game last night. Kirk Cousins throwing 500 yards for the Atlanta Falcons. You had the baseball game going on. The Mets came from behind to beat the Brewers.
Yeah, we aren't all Mets fans.
No, but it was a great game.
It was a good game.
Come on. It wasn't a walk-off home run, but it was a home run in the ninth when you're down 2-0. So they are punting. They don't fake it as he waits for the rush to come in. Another high kick, and everyone's getting away from it. And it's going to take a roll inside the 5 to about the 3 or the 4.
That's a great punt again by Harrington. 43-yard punt, no return.
And again, him waiting sometimes makes the difference in not having a return because the team is able to get down there and surround it. That time they made sure they rushed, so there was really no blocking.
Right, and it's tricky. Like, it's a fine line. You might say, why doesn't everybody do that? Well, the game a couple weeks ago, he did it, and he waited too long and ended up getting tackled.
Yes.
Didn't get a punt off. So it's definitely tricky to do that.
That was against CDEs, too.
It's not real easy to do.
So 96 yards between Harrisburg and the end zone. 6:47 to go in the second. You got twins to the right, one receiver to the left. And it's just a handoff up the middle. And he's going to break the first containment wall and get a first down out to the 15.
Mickens, I think, number 2.
That's only his second carry.
He does look pretty good. He looked really good in that first drive, those two long runs he had on that first drive. And then they obviously rotate their running backs quite a bit.
He has 72 yards on 5 carries. This time, the quarterback will cut back through, and he's got a lane down the sideline, and he gets knocked out of bounds. So that was a big run.
Parker White knocks him out of bounds, but not after what, like is that about a 25-yard gain?
Almost 30. It was at the 15. It's at the 44, so 29-yard gain.
29 and first down.
So that was just straight quarterback run. It was designed to go to the left, and he brought it back, and everybody kind of blocked it well. And there was hardly anybody out here on this near side to make the tackle. So Lewis can run. He can throw and he can run. That's the most dangerous kind of quarterback, that dual threat. Last week, the Mountain Lions played against the all-time touchdown leader in Pennsylvania. He was just a big pocket passer.
Mickens again up the middle. This time he's going to get 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Just under 6 minutes to go, 5:53.
Six by Maya. You. By Keir Davis hit on that shot. Second down and 4.
Harrisburg does not huddle up. And
Mountain Lions called timeout. They had somebody late coming on there.
Altoona.
there was a replacement in the front line.
Wes Baumgartner kind of like came out late, and Mountain Lions decided it was better just to call a timeout there.
And I think he went in for Davis, so I'm not sure if something was wrong with Davis, so the coaches quickly pulled him to come over to the sideline. But Davis has been disrupting that middle and forcing everything to go outside.
So the Mountain Lions have not fared very well against Harrisburg over the last few years. So the last 5 meetings, which is how long Altoona has been back in the mid-pen since the exit from the Whippeal a few years back. Harrisburg has outscored the Mountain Lions 251-24. And that's since 2018. They didn't play in 2020. That Harrisburg didn't even have a team till like November that year.
So a couple quick scores from the mid-pen. Bishop McDevitt has a 6-0 lead on Cumberland Valley. State College 14-0 on Cedar Cliff. Central Dauphin and Central Dauphin East is tied at 7. And Chambersburg came back. Carlisle scored first, but Chambersburg then had 2 touchdowns. They're up 14-7. Here at Mansion Park, Harrisburg has themselves in a 2nd and 4 situation. 5:31 to go in the half. Up 14-0. There's a quick screen to the outside. That is Koch, and Koch, man, he's got some legs on him, and he just extends the speed, gets around the corner, and he's going to take it from the 50 down to the 32. So gain of 18 on a quick screen to the left.
And that was all Koch after the catch, just using his wheels, getting to the outside. Mountain Lions don't have the wheels to keep up with that. They have to try to outnumber him. They're just kind of taking their time over there. The play clock's down to 7.
And again, another quick pass to the outside. I think that's Koch again. They just ran the exact same play. This time he will pick up another first down, and we're going to give him 13 yards down to the 19.
Quincy Brandon with the reception.
Well, that was Brandon, number 7. Their 7 and the 1 looks very similar. We got to remember, Brandon has dark sleeves. That'll help identify. They do. That the 7s look like 1s.
This one's a handoff to Micken. He almost goes down. He keeps his
stays on his feet,
balance, and he's going to run into the end zone.
That's beast mode right there.
So there's a 19-yard touchdown for Mickens. And he's up to 95 on 7 carries and 2 touchdowns.
James Franklin will have to watch that one on tape.
It looked like he was going to get tackled right around the 17, and he put his free hand down to keep himself from going to his knee and cut back across the green, and nobody was there. Outran him to the end zone. High snap over the head. Mountain Lions are going to just go back and fall on it. No extra point, and it is 20-0.
And the score remains at 20-0. Cougars.
Now in college and pros, you can scoop that up and try to score, but not here in high school. It's over.
So Harrisburg has made it look pretty easy. The Mountain Lions have only stopped them once, and they turned it over on downs.
The Mountain Lions have to get something going on offense. That's kind of been the main issue right now for weeks and weeks and weeks, except for last week, which they found something, and McDevitt had trouble stopping that option. Well, Harrisburg is not having that trouble tonight. They are all over the option. They're on the fullback, they're on the pitch man, and they're on the quarterback keep. So
once again, a kickoff by Harrisburg. This one goes back, taken by the middleman, and he starts to go to the left. Now he cuts back to the right. Parker White found a lane, and he's going to get out to the 48-yard line. So nice return as he looked around to see where he could go. Started left and cut back right. So the Mountain Lions will take over right around midfield at about the 48. 5:01 to go in the second. 20-0 Harrisburg.
It's a very good field position. The Mountain Lions desperately need to take advantage of this, make something happen here.
So the play is getting called in. They're calling somebody off the field, on the field. They do have 11 men. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 wings. Wing goes in motion. Here comes a pitch. That one is right in his hands, and he starts to cut forward. That is Branson Adams again. He's only able to pick up 3, but it was a nicely executed play.
Yeah, that was that. If they can execute that like that, that will open up a little bit for them.
So 2nd and 7. Clock is moving here, 4:31 to go at the half. That was a fake up the middle to Staines. Harrington tried to follow him, but 2 Harrisburg defenders caught him right away, and we'll give him 1 yard, and we've got a 3rd and 6.
Mitchell with the tackle.
And those guys in the middle, number 54, Yisrael Mitchell, number 55, Jayon Lee, those guys are plugging up that middle. 64, Rashad Wright. This guy, he's a freshman, number 64. So their Mountain Lions are having trouble in between the tackles.
Harrington goes back for another pass. This one, the defender that time stepped in front of it. I believe that was Brannon.
Yeah, number 7, Brannon with the pick.
Looked like it was going to be a good throw. He came around the receiver. The receiver was number 5. That was Vukovic. And Brannon just stepped around him right at the end, caught the ball. And that is the 2nd turnover for the Mountain Lions tonight. Both on interceptions.
.336 left in the 2nd quarter. Harrisburg has all 3 of their timeouts left. Plenty of time for them.
Ewell is in the backfield with Lewis. Hand off to Ewell. He spins, and then will get tackled after about a 5-yard gain. He has not been as productive as Mickens or Lewis, but he still has 5 carries and 22 yards.
5, 2nd and 5.
Three minutes, clock running.
Lewis gets the snap. He fakes it. He goes to run. And now he's going to step back and try to pass, but no, he's going to get sacked at the 37.
And I don't know how he was going to pass it. There was linemen, like the whole line was downfield, and I don't know what he was doing there.
I think it just didn't open up what he wanted, so he said maybe I'll step back. But they're going to give him a loss of 6 on that sack. But Geishauser and Staines were on the sack. Well, do we call? Yeah, he stepped back to pass, so it is a sack.
I guess. That was a weird play. Like, it was a definite read option, quarterback run kind of play, and then all of a sudden he decided he was going to throw it.
2:14 to go in the half. 3rd and 11. And there's movement on Harrisburg's line.
Harrisburg jumped the whole left side.
I thought maybe they reacted to a Mountain Lion, but no.
Number 55 on the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Clock is running again.
Harrisburg's in that little middle area. It's 3rd and long. If they don't get the first, they don't mind the time running. If they get the first, then they still have 3 timeouts. They can hurry up. So they're kind of milking it a little bit.
3rd and 16. Lewis is hit while he throws it, and it gets out of bounds. Good coverage over there.
That was number 7, Tyrese Pearson, in Lewis's face.
And I believe that was number 6 on the coverage. Or was that 5 Vukovic? I think it was.
Must have been 5, unless it was Dunkel.
No, it was 6. Yeah, it was Dunkel.
Dunkel's out there.
So 1:38 to go. Harrisburg is going to line up to punt for the first time tonight. Parker White is back deep. Nice kick by Koch. It's going to bounce about the 25, take a Harrisburg roll inside the 20, possibly down to the 10. We're at the 11 now, and it's touchdown between the 10 and the 11.
56 yard punt. No return.
So Coke can do it all.
So the Mountain Lions, they get the ball to start the second half. Unless they break something here, they're probably not going to be too aggressive, I wouldn't think, with only one timeout.
Do you think Harrisburg will use all 3 timeouts to try to get the ball back?
They may.
Before the half. I don't know how aggressive they'll be.
They probably should.
Mountain Lions have 2 receivers, 2 wings. And they'll hand off to Staines. He'll go up the middle and fall out to the 15. So we're going to give him a gain of 5. Nothing yet from the Harrisburg side.
No, it's Staines.
So I think we might just see 1 or 2 more plays. Harrisburg doesn't look interested to try to score more here in the first half. So once again, Altoona will receive the ball to start the second half. Harrington is under center. He turns to throw a quick pass, and it goes off the receiver's fingertips. And that was close to a lateral.
They called it forward.
That was
the clock.
Michael Chisholm.
Now if you don't get it, Harrisburg's definitely calling a timeout.
So 3rd down and 6. Harrisburg was ready for the pitch. That went to Amy Ballas, and that's a 5-yard loss, and Harrisburg does call a timeout.
29 seconds left. They have 2 timeouts left. Definitely need Harrington to get a long punt off again.
Harrisburg. That's their first time out of the first half.
I think the Harrisburg band has played the entire first half.
Well,
they just stopped right now.
Actually, the Mountain Lions, I think, were playing a little too. And Harrisburg just started dancing to the Mountain Lion band.
So they have a lot to be happy for. 20-0 Harrisburg here with 29 seconds left in the half. Mountain Lions ready to kick it away again. Harrisburg's looking to get a decent return here. They have Coke back.
So Harrington's going to be about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Harrisburg runs a guy out late. And they're coming. Harrington gets it off. Nice high kick again. And it is taken, and he's hit right away, but he keeps going with 3 Mountain Lions on his back. And Coke will get tackled at the 36 with 17 seconds. So Harrisburg can probably run 3 plays?
Probably, yeah, I would say. Depends how quick they are. They do have 2 timeouts, so.
That was a risky catch with that many Mountain Lions around him. But Coke took it and almost got out. So they had 6 receivers, then they backed one off to the sideline, and they're down to 5. 2 to the right, 3 to the left. 4 Mountain Lions on the rush. Quite a few Mountain Lions deep. That's over the middle, and that is incomplete. Falls at the 21 in front of the intended receiver. Is that number 18?
Complete pass. Brings up second down.
Is it 16 or 18?
Looks like it's either Dillard or Griffin.
It is 18.
Okay.
So that was Lewis Dillard. Altoona calls their last timeout to kind of gather themselves. 2nd and 10, 12 seconds left.
So that one took 5 seconds. So theoretically, they might still have 3 more attempts if it goes as quick as that last play did.
If they don't catch and run with
Right.
it. Right. That's going to be the big difference. Or if he doesn't scramble at all. If he goes boom, 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 out, run out of bounds, yes. Or incomplete. But they do have timeouts. And that, like I said, I don't think they've really tried a field goal much, so.
Yeah, unless they're like within the 10, I don't think we'll see any. I think the kicker was trying to hit some from the 30-yard line, which would be a 40-yard kick, and he didn't have that much success pregame. Lewis waits, drops back. He will run forward. Looked like he almost got caught from behind. He's going to get a first down and then tackled at the 16. 4 seconds. And I believe a timeout from Harrisburg.
Harrisburg. That's their second timeout in the first half.
Deion Lewis on the carry.
So Lewis for 19 on that carry.
And this will definitely be the last play.
Well, that's not true. You could see another play if there is a penalty on the defense.
This is true.
So Nittany Lions play early tomorrow. They have a noon start.
Or there's a penalty on the offense. What if they score a touchdown and it's an offensive holding? Well, then you accept the penalty, they still get an untimed down. So usually you wouldn't choose that, but if the result's a touchdown, you definitely would choose that.
So I am surprised that the Big Ten or Fox, because they're the ones who are broadcasting tomorrow, is bringing a team across the country for a 12 noon start.
Fox doesn't care. They just won't care about that big noon thing.
So UCLA will be playing at Beaver Stadium tomorrow, with the Mountain Lions having a trip out west to USC next week.
Yeah, who'd have thunk Penn State would be playing UCLA and USC back-to-back weeks.
Lewis scrambles, he runs around, and he lets the ball go, just throws it up, and there was a receiver there, but he was not able to catch it.
It's halftime.
I believe that was Brannon, number 7. And that should be the end of half. So with that, the score is Harrisburg 20, Altoona 0 at halftime of homecoming. Mountain Lion Band will come out for one song, and then we will have all 25 homecoming candidates announced, and then the winners. We will be back after homecoming to bring you the second half of the Altoona-Harrisburg football game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Altoona High School Marching Band. Tonight on the resurrection of Trevor Wilson. Major Acts are led by Captain Julian Ferragamo. The Silver led by Captain Hayes Radel. And assisted by co-captain Andrea Sluther. Some major Ed and Lily Strawmier. This year's marching band show will return some of the vast favorites from the past 25 years. Tonight's show will open with Phantom of the Opera and continue with the music from How to Train Your Dragon. Welcome to the 2024 Homecoming Coronation. The homecoming would like to thank all the candidates, club, sponsors, administration, and families for making the homecoming a success. Each of the candidates earned points throughout the week by competing in games, performing skits, raising money for charity, dressing up for theme days, and ranking as popular vote. With everyone's help, the homecoming shows the local donation going to the Special Olympics Unified School. Promotes inclusion within the school and athletic setting by providing opportunities for students to connect, build friends, celebrate each other's strength. Creating these opportunities for stronger and casual school community. This fund is not only supports Special Olympics by school, but also supports a small portion of our own school by donating to our Special bocce team. Our bocce team has only been around for 2 years, yet they've already great success, placing 8 states last year. Supporting them through this fundraiser is a way to celebrate their hard work and dedication. Now, here are your 2024 Homecoming candidates. Representing gymnastics, Emma Bentley, escorted by Abbott Albright. Representing Girls League, Mia Kerfman, escorted by Ryan Knopf. Representing Forest, Staley Rennie, escorted by Isbell. Representing Sad, Annabella Benelli, escorted by Rocco Pacifico. Representing Afterglow, Ryan Garman, escorted by Madison Crossover. Representing Lions, Sydney Hockanos, escorted by Aaron Spearman. Representing Outdoor Track and Field, Alana Irwin, escorted by Madison Ahmed. Representing Marching Band, Rachel Kennedy, escorted by Anthony Forlina. Representing Mountain Echo, Charlie Kepler, escorted by Yon. Representing Winter Track and Field, Triumph Gilmar, escorted by Samantha Malone. Representing Golf, Clarissa Long, escorted by Ethan Peterman. Representing Orchestra, Emma Lummelhuffer, escorted by Callan Plunkett. Representing Horseshoe Yearbook, Addison McDonald, escorted by Noah Jura. Representing Jurette, Jillian Nunzio, escorted by Gregory Wenzel. Representing Silk, Paige Radel, escorted by Brandon Lyle. Representing Drama, Laura Reed, escorted by Gavin Harkin. Representing Girls Soccer, Leah Sankey, escorted by Caleb Gibson. Representing Council, Elena Saylor, escorted by Carmine Polito. Representing Junior Academy Science, Andrea Russell, escorted by Jacob Matuzek. Representing Foreign Language Club, Ava Steinhugel, escorted by Luke Mitchell. Representing Girls Cross Country, Mary Stoltz, escorted by Raquel. Representing National Honor Society, Haley Tansey, escorted by Hilligas. Representing cheerleading, Lauren Walgrove, escorted by Lucas Weathersby. Representing girls basketball, Lady Will, escorted by Mike. Representing Mount Hoover, Serena Wolf, escorted by Callie Mariana. And please welcome the 2023 homecoming queen, Aaliyah Layton, escorted by Eli Ford. Aaliyah has studied speech and language technology at Penn State University. She enjoys her classes, meeting new people, and the Penn State atmosphere. She had to adjust to the rigorous academic schedule. However, the new opportunities and challenges she has in college made her realize how well Altoona prepared her for the future. She says it's great to be back at Mansion Park and has been looking forward to this night. How about a night of applause for all the candidates and the 2023 homecoming queen, Aaliyah Layton. And now, let's announce the winners. The second runner-up is Layla Taylor, representing Altoona. The first runner-up is Emma Buckley, representing Abbott. Participating in this year's homecoming festivities. The marching band would like to congratulate this year's homecoming queen, Alana Irwin, and all of the students that participated this year. And now, on Altoona.
Welcome back to Mansion Park. Jim Abbott along with Chris Strawmier. We are at halftime of the Altoona Harrisburg football game. Harrisburg out in front 20-0. It is homecoming this week at Altoona. They had games night on Tuesday. They had the dance last night. Lots of other activities going on. And then they just crowned our homecoming queen and her court. So I'm going to turn some things over to Chris here so he can give you some information about the homecoming queen and her court.
All right, so the second runner-up was Elena Saylor, and she was representing Student Council. And the first runner-up was Emma Betwee, and she is representing Gymnastics. And the winner, Alana Irwin, who was representing Outdoor Track and Field. So she got her crown presented to her by Aaliyah Layton, last year's homecoming queen, and her escort was Eli Stewart. They came back to do that little ceremony, and it was very nice, and everybody was very happy, even the people that didn't win anything. What a good experience, though. It was a great week. Everybody had a blast. Apparently, I wasn't at the games night, but I heard a lot of talk about that the kids had a lot of fun and everybody had a good time at the games night. And the dance went off without any problems last night, to my knowledge. So it's always a great week, homecoming week.
I heard there was more than 1,400 students there.
There was a lot.
In that range. It was all three sections of the gymnasium was opened up, and the place was rocking. 25 candidates this year. I believe that's the most that at least I know that they've had at least in the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a lot. I know that, which is good. I mean, more involvement is better for all the kids, and it only happens, like I said, like I remember who my homecoming queen was. Like like everybody kind of remembers that whole ceremony, and it was kind of a surreal thing. We were in the locker room when all that stuff went down, so I didn't even watch any of that stuff when I played in high school. But you always remember that kind of stuff, and it's great for the kids to go through all that.
Well, turning back to the football game, Harrisburg had a very good first half, as between three runners they had 19 carries for 176 yards, 78 yards. And a touchdown on the ground. They also had, that touchdown was by Mickens. Then they also had two touchdowns through the air, one by Koch, and the other one was by Brannon. That was the incredible catch. reached out in front of him, sort of batted the ball behind his back, and ended up catching it going into the end zone. So Harrisburg controlled the first half in both yardage and in time, 20-0 at this point, where they didn't have as much success, but they did have the 2 touchdown passes. Their quarterback was only 4 for 10 for 69 total yards, but again, 2 touchdown catches in that first half. The Mountain Lions on the other side, Harrington is the leading rusher, 27 yards on 6 carries. 17 of them was on that punt where the entire Harrisburg team turned to go back to block, and Harrington just didn't kick the ball and ran, got a 4th down conversion with that 17-yard run. You also have Staines with 7 carries and 23 yards. And then the pitchmen, there's been a few fumbles, but the only turnovers have been on the 2 interceptions that Harrington threw. So it is 20-0 at this point. Mountain Lions next week are traveling to Cedar Cliff, who's new to the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division this year. They were in it when the Mountain Lions were through it the first time about 20 years ago. But they are back. And currently scores around the Mid-Penn here tonight. Bishop McDevitt 27, Cumberland Valley nothing in the second quarter. State College 28, Cedar Cliff nothing in the second quarter. CD East just took the lead on Central Dauphin. They lead them in that battle of both schools play at the same field. They are the same school district. They just have a city school and a more of a rural school. And
east of the city.
East is the city.
CD East is east
and then
of the
CD
city.
East is everything surrounding that part of the city. And that's 14-7. And as we were watching, because Week 9 and Week 10, Chambersburg is still out in front of Carlisle 14-7.
I mean, so all those stats kind of tell the story, don't they? The Mountain Lions, very little offense, have not moved the ball. Their biggest play was a semi-fake punt that they got 17 yards on, right? So the Mountain Lions have not been able to move the ball at all. Harrisburg has been very stout up front and very fast around the outside, and that's been a problem for the Mountain Lions. The Mountain Lions have not completed any passes really worth speaking of.
Not to Altoona players.
To the other team.
Right.
And,
So in the first half, the Mountain Lions, with the couple losses on those reverses, ended up with 32 total yards, which the first touchdown was 32 yards by Mickens. So the Mountain Lions will get the ball at the 10. He'll stop at the 20, spun out of the first tackle, but then brought down right at the 20-yard line. And a few extra Harrisburg players continued to jump on top of the pile. There was no penalty on that play. So first drive, Mountain Lions will set up in the second half, down 20-0 at their own 20-yard line. Trips to the left, or to the right. Harrington under center, Staines behind him. Hand off to Staines, and he bowls over the first guy and then finally is tackled at the 26. Some more chipping going on in the secondary between Koch and, I believe, was that Kelly?
I'm not sure who.
Number 15, I think that was Kelly.
Baker.
That was Baker, I'm sorry. Mountain Lions do have quite a few double numbers. Freshman and sophomore have some of the same numbers as our
But that last play was a little more off tackle. I like that as opposed to that belly play. They strengthen up the side of the line and kind of run it off tackle a little bit.
Harrington gives it to Staines again, and this time he gets it out to the 30. He needed to get right to the line. He does have it, and they are signaling for a first down. So Staines with 2 carries in a row. Gets 6 on the first, gets 4 on the second, and the Mountain Lions move the chain on this first possession of the second half. Well, the first drive, the Mountain Lions did get 3 first downs before the interception. Harrington drops back to pass. He's getting rushed from the outside. He breaks free, gets to the outside, and the defender goes low, takes out his legs, but he'll get out to the 38-yard line, 37-yard line. So gain of 7 for Harrington, 2nd and 3.
That was number 12, Derek Brown, a sophomore. Said, I want no part of this big fella. He went low. But not after a gain of 7 for Harrington.
So 3 plays, 17 yards, 5+ on each play. So it was sort of the same setup off that triple option. Fake the handoff to Staines. Harrington took it forward. He didn't get tackled, but got stopped right at the 39. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1 here.
3rd down and 1.
I would just sneak it straight ahead.
Well, the last time in this situation, they did do the option pitch, and it was in front of the pitch man, and it was a 10-yard loss. This time it is a handoff to Staines. He's getting through to the 40, up to the 45. Gain of 6 on the play. Mountain Lions move the chains once again. Another nice play for the Mountain Lions.
Trying to build on this momentum. The Mountain Lions are going with that little sugar huddle there by the line of scrimmage that they do sometimes.
So Harrington will call the play. Relays it out to the receivers because they do not come into the huddle. You got a wing and a tight end to the left. Play's probably coming left. And Staines gets it, comes left, and he comes all the way out to the 49. So another gain of 6. So Mountain Lions are moving the ball to start the second half.
And they're running more off tackle, like it seems like. I think they realized that inside was not working, that right up the middle. And they're kind of going a little more off tackle. The guys are a little lighter out there. You can move them a little better.
With the 6-man front also, you just have to hook the 2 defensive tackles and then let your wing and your tight end take care of the end. And Mountain Lions have been successful on these first 5 plays. There is another handoff to Staines. He changes his direction, comes back, and will pick up another first down. He broke 2 tackles. Might have been by the same defender, which I think was Derek Brown.
But one of the things about this offense is you have to have a physical, tough, fullback type runner. And the Mountain Lions have been blessed with that, as we talked about many times in these broadcasts over the last few years. They didn't really have that this year. Staines a couple weeks ago has kind of filled in with this role and has kind of really done a good job, just kind of getting those tough yards in there.
And Noah's only a sophomore.
Right.
There's a pitch around, and 1 cut.
That's Hazelwood. We haven't seen him.
That's Hazelwood's first carry, and they're going to give him 4 yards. I thought he got down to about the 39.
That's
they're going to mark it back to the 40.
Just a solid pitch. The option, the guys aren't executing and holding their blocks on that option. The option takes time. If you just pitch it and go, you're going to have a little more success with a team like this.
So 2nd and 6 at the 40. Mountain Lions have had the ball here for over 5 minutes on this first drive of the 3rd quarter. 3 first downs, and they're moving the ball. That one's up the middle to Staines, and I think he tripped over his own lineman before he got tackled. So we'll give him down to the 38. We'll give him 2 more, so it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Mitchell, the tackler. 2.
Down to the 38.
So you got to get at least half of it on this play.
6-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Mountain Lions down 20-0, but they're putting together a very nice drive. Question is, can they continue and capitalize? Harrington under center. Quick pass to the outside. That is thrown to Hazelwood. He only gets one, so it's now going to be 4th.
And they anticipated that. They sent a guy out there before pre-snap. Somehow they knew that was happening.
So that's only a 1-yard gain to Hazelwood.
I don't even know. He might have lost. I thought it was 3rd and 4.
It was. I thought it was 3rd and 4 too.
Yeah, I think he lost 2 yards.
He lost a yard.
So
because they were at the 38, now it's at the 39.
So it's 5 now. Yeah, so they lost a yard on that.
And they're lining up to go for 4th down. 3 receivers to the right, and there's a timeout coming from the Altoona side. 5:02 to go in the 3rd. 20 for Harrisburg, 0 for Altoona. Again, Alana Irwin of Outdoor Track and Field is the 2024 homecoming queen for Altoona Area High School.
Just a reminder, walking around the outside of the track or standing in the fence is strictly prohibited during game time. Thank you.
So, you know, the Mountain Lions are 0-6. They're down 20-0. And, you know, honestly, this coaching staff and these kids have really put together a solid effort here tonight. This is a team that really puts up points, Harrisburg. It's 20-0. You know, I know there's no moral victories, you know, but there's been times where they've lost to this team 50-something to whatever. Like, so the effort is there. You know, these kids are not quitting, and the effort is there. See if they can come up with something to get a 4th down conversion here to keep this drive alive. But you have to admire that. Like, they don't have a win. It's very difficult to play and not mail it in every week when you're winless, you know.
So updated score from Hollidaysburg. The Golden Tigers have taken a lead on Jersey Shore, 17-13 at the half. That is a big game. Both teams are 5-1.
We're going to see the ball in the air here.
4th and 5. Harrington goes back, blitz, quickly gets it off. It was almost picked off. And 2 Mountain Lion receivers sat down right there. But that was number 12, Derek Brown Jr. again. He stepped in front and almost came up with a pick. And if he picks that, he's going back the other way 60 yards.
Why? Because Messiah Mickens comes off the edge, number 2, untouched. And that's the second time that's happened. Forced Harrington to get rid of the ball quickly, a little quicker than he wanted to. And I'm not sure he would have had the 1st down anyway. I think he was short of the sticks even if he caught it because he was probably getting tackled right there.
So Lewis again is at quarterback, Ewell at running back, trips to the left. And there's movement on Hollidaysburg, Harrisburg. One of the linemen.
I think the tight end on this side.
I think he put his hand down and then he tried to come back up. So it's going to be a 1st and 15, 4:58 to go. Mountain Lions held the ball for 7 minutes, had 3 first downs, but were not able to continue and convert that last 4th down conversion. Lewis waiting for the snap. And there's the handoff to Ewell. He gets through the first man, but he really goes nowhere. He's only going to pick up 2 yards. The Mountain Lions have done a good job with him tonight. They've only given up about 4 yards a carry. He has not been able to break anything, but when Mickens was in, he broke 3 or 4 big plays.
He's difficult to tackle.
And again, he's got 95 yards on 7 carries, but he is not in this series.
I mean, yeah, they have him playing defense, and he doesn't play. He's probably been half the plays.
Yep.
We got another false start.
Movement again.
False start. Number 44.
So 44 and 71 are talking to each other, blaming like each other for the penalty.
44 is Alex Brewington.
And he's
6'2",
coming out.
210-pound tight end. The coach has had enough of him. They're sending a receiver in.
And this time they'll bring Dillard in and just move him out, sort of in a slot type position.
Going 4 wide. Let's take the tight end out.
So it is 2nd and 17. There's a pass over the middle. It is caught, and he is hit, but still, it was 17. He picks up 13 to make it a possible 3rd and 4.
Stop by Logan Vukovic. Gain of 13. Third down.
3rd about 4 here for Harrisburg. Seems like they can kind of get the ball to Cook almost any time they want. Very good size. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. Tough to deal with in the open field also.
That's his 4th catch for 70 yards. There's a quick pass to Cook, and he's going to break around the end, get a big gain, and he's still on his feet, finally driven out of bounds at the 31.
Yeah, that was Quincy Brandon. Dark sleeves, I can tell.
Oh, that's Brandon? Yes.
Yeah.
You said that early.
Yeah, because I can't read their numbers either. 7 and 1, they both look very similar.
So that is a gain of 23 on that quick pass.
That's a 3rd down conversion for Harrisburg. And that was just a quick little bubble screen out there. Just fire that smoke route, boom, and let the athlete make the play. And Brandon just did that. Uses his speed and quickness to get down the field.
This time it's a handoff to Ewell, and he breaks his first tackle, keeps driving his feet, gets down to about the 28, so we'll give him 4. Mountain Lions looked like they were going to have him back.
And they snuck Mickens back in. That one's Mickens.
Mickens. Stop by Wesley Bumgarner. Gain of 4.
All right, I think I'm almost done announcing names here.
Second and 6.
Okay.
And they're very deliberate with this. They don't huddle, but they don't hurry up either.
Nope.
They just kind of stand at the line. They wait. They look to see where the defense is and call the play accordingly.
1:47 to go here in the 3rd quarter. That is a handoff up the middle to Ewell, right? I believe that is Ewell. That is not Mickens. And he gets down to the 21. And it's another 1st down on the 7-yard gain.
Nope, that's still Mickens.
Is that Mickens? All right, I'm done.
Number 2. That should put him over 100 yards,
Yep,
I think, right?
106. 1st and 10. Mickens takes it, goes up the middle, makes one cut to the left, one to the right, and he just keeps going. And I think he's going to be tackled at about the 1.
Yeah, just short.
So it's going to be a 21-yard run.
The guy in the end zone's calling touchdown. They're celebrating, and the side judge is marking them at the 1. And they're bringing the extra point team on, and everybody's confused.
He did not get into the end zone. So 55 seconds to go in the 3rd. Harrisburg trying to go up by a 27-0 lead.
And you think they'll just give it to Mickens to punch it in, right?
Since he did all the work, somebody's running in late. And then there's a timeout from the Harrisburg side.
And that was, you're not blaming the officials, but the one official in the middle of the field called a touchdown. They thought it was a touchdown, and so they didn't have the right personnel out there after all that. So, that's the way it goes. I'm sure they don't need their timeouts at the end here. They'll be okay. So we're talking about, like, comparatively, last year, 54-7 Harrisburg, right down there. 2 years ago, it was here at Mansion Park. Altoona lost 48-0. So, you know, yeah, it's not over yet, but with 35 seconds left in the third quarter, it's only 20-0 with Harrisburg on the doorstep again. But, you know, they've hung in there. The Mountain Lions have hung in there. And the Mountain Lions, by all accounts, were probably better the last 2 years, right?
Yes.
I mean, they had a lot more wins. They don't have a single win this year. So, like, I really do admire the effort of these guys. They're working hard on defense. They're playing hard. They're trying on offense. It's just a time they don't have the horses to compete with some of these guys. Now, the last 3 games, hopefully, are a different story here. Like, they're teams in the middle or the bottom of the league that they can play with and have a chance to get a victory here, or maybe 2, or maybe even 3 to finish out this year.
So there's the quick handoff to Mickens. He just sort of ducks through a hole and scores another touchdown. That gets him to 130 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Honestly, it looks pretty effortless from him, doesn't it? Like, he's the real deal. I think he's a very, very, very good back. We've seen lots of backs here, but he like stands out a little bit more than some of these other guys.
He's listed as a junior, 6 foot, 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's really good size. Like, he can put another 5-10 pounds on.
They're going to go for 2 and
bobbles the snap.
And gets tackled. I think the handoff was supposed to go to Mickens. One of the Mountain Lions is hurt about the 9-yard line. He slowly gets up and then goes right back down.
I think the referee told him just to stay down, son.
I think that handoff was supposed to go to Mickens, and
so
Lewis
too.
did not get the ball clean. So Mickens was already through the hole, and he just tried to take it and go, and he got stopped. So we're at 26-0 at this point. Harrisburg, but we have a timeout for an injury from the Mountain Lions.
Looks like Geishauser. Number 16.
They're looking at his knees.
Looks crampy.
Well, they didn't extend it, though.
I don't know. That was weird. It was like they were stretching out both legs. Maybe he cramped in both.
Or the cramp's not the calves. It might be up. Like a Charlie horse.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but he seems to be walking off. Probably still in pain, but reasonably well there. So we'll see how
for the first time in 2 weeks, we had a very nice day in Altoona, up to 81 degrees, sunny, which we haven't seen the sun for a while.
I know. I thought I was going to have to throw some sunscreen on to walk in between buildings today. It was beautiful out. I wanted to stay out. Tomorrow's going to be really nice, too, for the Penn State game. Too bad it's a noon game. Stupid Fox controlling everything again.
Sort of a pooch kick. And off the bounce, the Mountain Lion takes it at the 20. Tries to cut to the left to find an alley. Doesn't find much. Comes up to the 27. And is that Adams?
That's Branson Adams, yeah.
They're going to mark it right at the 28, I believe.
So Harrisburg did just score again, so it's 26-0. We'll get that graphic updated here shortly. The Mountain Lions are essentially down 4 scores here. Down 4 scores, you really have to kind of have a little sense of urgency here. And it starts with a good drive right here. Good, efficient drive.
Well, this could be the last play of the third quarter as there's 26 seconds left. There's the handoff to Staines. He's able to push himself out to the 30 for a gain of 2.
And Parker White is in there as the quarterback.
Was that Staines? Seems to be a lot of change for the Mountain Lions, both on the line and at the skilled positions.
I think Harrington
was the running back.
I think Harrington was the running back, yeah.
He moved out to the fullback when Parker White came in. So that 2-yard gain should be credited to Harrington.
So we move on to the fourth quarter here tonight.
So the other big game in the area is tomorrow night here. As you got unbeaten Bishop Guilfoyle against Bellwood Annis, who I believe are 4-2. So when the Laurel Highlands expanded, it really changed, the divisions for all these teams. In the late, 2017, 18, 19, the Laurel Highlands was looking to get rid of Bishop Guilfoyle, so they expanded and put them in a different division within the league. So they do not play the Cambria schools much anymore.
Right. They have like one crossover game or two or whatever it is. They play their whole side,
and they're in the league with Central, Huntington, Tyrone, Bellwood, BG. Not sure the last team. But fourth quarter, again.
Phillipsburg, I think, is on this side, aren't they?
Harrington takes the ball, goes up the middle, and they're going to give them 3. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5.
So interesting little turn of events here. They bring Parker White in and see if Harrington can make some hay from the fullback position.
So most of the defenders, they are still the same. 11:30, the clock is moving. It is not a running clock, but it is currently moving. 26-0 in favor of Harrisburg. Double wing, Harrington deep. And there goes Harrington up the middle. I do not think he's going to get free. And we're only going to give him like a yard. And it's going to be 4th and 5, and here comes the punt team.
Okay, Harrington. Shot right. Stop. 4th and 5.
Harrington gets it off. It's a shorter kick, and it takes a Harrisburg bounce back up almost to the 50. As that kick's only going to be about a 20-yard kick. As there was a big rush from the outside, Harrington almost kicked it straight up. But he did get it off.
So Harrisburg has all their same guys out there, it looks like. Mickens in the backfield, Lewis at quarterback.
10:37 to go in the game. Harrisburg up 26-0. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lewis waiting for the snap. And he will throw it deep. He just throws it up, and there's 2 Mountain Lions there, and it is intercepted. That one by Branson Adams, I believe.
Branson Adams.
So yeah, that was just thrown kind of up for grabs, wasn't it?
I think he was just seeing if he can get the ball out to his athlete in space, but the thing is he didn't out throw where the coverage was waiting, because Adams really did not move. There was an underneath man, went over him, and Adams just caught it and went right to his knees. So turnover and interception by Branson Adams gives the Mountain Lions the ball back. 10:31 to go in the 4th. And we still see Parker White as the quarterback and Harrington in the backfield. White steps back, almost throws it right into Harrisburg's hands. That's the guy. What's his name again?
Number 12.
That's
Derek Brown.
He's almost now had 3 interceptions. The Mountain Lions have only thrown 5, and 2 of them have been picked off. He seems to be right where the pass is going.
Have they completed a pass yet?
One for negative 1 yard.
1 pass for negative 1 yard.
Motion man goes across. There's the pitch. And that again is Adams. He will get 1 yard, so it's now going to be 3rd and 9. So off that interception, the Mountain Lions have not been able to do much with that first 2 plays here of this drive.
Mitchell. Third down and 9.
So on a 3rd and 9, Mountain Lions have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Harrington is in the backfield. White turns and throws. This time it is picked off, and it's going to be returned for a touchdown.
Right to Quincy Brannon.
And he is in.
I mean, right to him. Like, right to him.
Brannon this time
He didn't have to move.
So it is 32-0 now. Harrisburg with an extra point try coming. Not sure yet if it's going to be a 2-point conversion or a 1. Either way, it will not be a running clock yet. And it looks like someone's trying to make a divot at the 10-yard line on turf. So I thought they were going to kick, but now it doesn't look like a kick.
I mean, that's...
Oh, yes, they're going to kick.
Kicker's out there.
This one is up, and I believe it is good. So it is now 33-0 to Harrisburg in front of the Mountain Lions at this point. Still 9:34 to go in the game. Harrisburg will be kicking off to the Mountain Lions once again. So while we have this quick break, just to update homecoming one more time, the second runner-up, Elena Saylor representing Student Council. The first runner-up, Emma Betway, representing gymnastics. And the 2024 homecoming queen is Alana Irwin, representing outdoor track and field. So congratulations to those 3 ladies, as well as all 25 of the candidates. Carlisle has scored against Chambersburg, but could not get the extra point. It is 14-13. Central Dauphin East gets another touchdown to take a 21-7 lead on Central Dauphin. Mountain Lions will start 1st and 10 on their own 28-yard line. The last 2 scores right now are blowouts. State College 35, Cedar Cliff nothing at the half, and Bishop McDevitt 27, Cumberland Valley nothing at the half. So Cedar Cliff is next week's opponent.
No, at Chambersburg next week,
at
right?
Chambersburg.
Cedar Cliff is our last home game here in 2 weeks.
Okay. Sorry, I switched
At
those
Chambersburg.
two. At Chambersburg, Cedar Cliff, and then Carlisle.
At Carlisle.
On the road.
Yeah. So, like we said, those are winnable games, at least competable games, and we'll see how the Mountain Lions fare in those 3. Get some momentum here and maybe get a score and get on the scoreboard.
That is Harrington right up the middle. He does get a couple yards. Brown on the tackle along with a couple others. The others went low. Brown went at the head. So Harrington will get 3 yards. $33-0 here on a gorgeous night at Mansion Park. Still 64 degrees. Nice and clear. Handoff again to Harrington. This time he gets a few more yards, and a few more yards. He keeps going all the way out to the 43. So that's a gain of 11.
Harrington.
That will give Harrington 55 yards on the night on 12 carries. $8:15 to go in the game.
That was a punishing run by Harrington there. Five on the play clock. They better kind of step it up here.
And
they just got it off.
They just got it off. Harrington takes the ball and will maybe get 3.
That was These last couple carries are all Harrington. It's just, there's nowhere to run.
And he's limping his way back to the huddle. He's got his hands on his hip, a little tired. Tight end and a wing to the right. 2 receivers left. Harrington to the right. He gets it, and he drives forward out to the 48. So a gain of another 2. Should be 3rd and 5.
Stop. J. Harrington. 3 and 2.
Hayden Frederick will come out of the game. I believe Camden Tompkins replaced him at that right guard position. Four seconds on the clock. Mountain Lions just get it off. Harrington runs into a defender right at the 50. They're going to call him down after the whistle. Looked like Harrisburg pulled the ball out, but they're going to mark him to the 49 of Harrisburg. So it is going to be 4th and 2.
Down 33-0, 6 minutes left. You're just going for it here, right?
Yes. They're taking Harrington out of the game. So Harrisburg jumped off sides on 2 consecutive plays in the first drive and have not since then. Staines is behind center. Mountain Lions tried to get him to jump. Did not jump, and there is a timeout by the Mountain Lions. Wonder if they were just giving Harrington a few seconds to catch his breath.
Timeout, Altoona. That's our second timeout of the second half.
That could be.
Fourth and 2 at this point. The game is out of hand. The Mountain Lions looking to see if they can complete a drive. I believe this is probably the last possession the Mountain Lions are going to have with their first unit. So on a 4th and 2 at the 49 of Harrisburg. Harrisburg has kept all their starters in the game, though they only look to have about a 29, maybe a 30-man roster over there that traveled tonight.
Yeah, there's not a lot of substitutes over there.
There's a few guys in jerseys and not pads that I guess are injured. So Harrington does come back out. Parker White will get ready under center. And he gives the ball to Harrington, who gets caught from behind by who else? Brandon. Gets no yardage, and the Mountain Lions will turn it over on downs once again. Brandon was in the backfield before Harrington even got the ball.
Yep.
So Harrington is coming off. Seems to be new numbers in on offense now for Harrisburg.
New quarterback in there.
I think that's the placeholder for the kicks. New running back. Couple of the same receivers. There's a handoff up the middle. I believe that was number 11, which is Makai Jackson. Again, Altoona has a number 11 Makai Jackson also. 5:12 to go in the game. Mountain Lions are working in additional players on defense.
Looks like number 23, Salim Penn, is in the backfield now.
Okay.
Alongside Michael Shank, number 8 or 6. He's the new
So Shank hands it off to Penn. Penn comes around the left side and will get a first down, get driven backwards and then out of bounds. So the clock will keep running. That is a gain of 8. They needed 7. No. They marked him out of bounds earlier. So they only gave him 5.
So it's 3rd and about 2 here.
There's a quick pass to the outside. It is caught. And the Mountain Lions swarm, but it will be a first down. The clock will stop to set the ball, and then we'll start right back up. 4 minutes to get play in the game. 33-0 Harrisburg here on homecoming night. Penn runs the ball off to the right tackle. He'll gain another 4 yards on that play. 2nd and 6. Harrisburg keeps letting the clock run down on the play clock till about 5-6 seconds before they start their snap.
So back to the drawing board on Monday again. Get ready for your next game. Going in at 0-7, the Mountain Lions. Drop to 0-7.
Harrisburg will be 6-1.
Harrisburg will be 6-1.
They lead the Mid-Penn. They are unbeaten in the Mid-Penn. Their one loss was week 1.
Yeah, and CD East is still undefeated as of now. But their last 3 games are the gauntlet for CD East. They play McDevitt, Harrisburg, and State College in no particular order. I'm not sure what the order is, but they play those last 3 their last 3 games. So
again, another just quick pass to the right side. It is enough for a first down. The clock is still moving. Harrisburg is at the 27. We're down to 2:24. And they're going to do a wide receiver screen, and he's got some room down the left side. Good play coming off of the block.
Naeem Griffin, number 16, with that catch and run.
And then Alec Layton on the tackle. 1:57 to play in the game. Harrisburg could end the game just by taking a knee 3 times. Here comes the snap. Penn takes the ball, goes to the right, and stiff arms the defender. Then the rest of the Mountain Lions show up and tackle him, well, push him back. It was blown dead. He never put a knee down. It's going to be a loss of 2. 1:10 on the clock, and it is moving.
He never went down at all, but his forward progress was stopped, so they blew it dead.
Again, just 2 more snaps and this game is over. So Harrisburg slowly walks up to the line.
Could be over with 1 more snap and a knee as soon as it gets under 40.
Actually, then they can just let it run out.
Yeah.
So this theoretically could be and should be the last snap of the game. And there's a knee at 35 seconds. They'll start the 40-second clock. And that is the game. Harrisburg scored early, scored often, and beat the Mountain Lions tonight on homecoming night 33-0, Chris.
Yeah, you know, not the result you wanted, but the Mountain Lions fought hard and didn't give up, and moral victories are not what you're looking for right now, but they did play hard, and they 33-0 isn't a great result. But like we said, some of these other results were in the embarrassment range, and this wasn't. So at least they played hard, and they stayed in the game tonight. And now the gauntlet's over for the Mountain Lions. They have 3 games that they can compete with left. Win 1, 2, or maybe even all 3 of those, and your season feels a little bit better here in the middle to late October.
So I believe next week you said they're off to Chambersburg?
They're off to Chambersburg next week.
Chambersburg is out in front of Carlisle, 21-13 in that fourth quarter. So we'll see how that finishes up. And we'll be back with you here in 2 weeks as the Mountain Lions will have their season finale at home in Week 9. And that will be against...
That is Cedar
Cliff here.
Senior night here at
on the 18th.
Mansion Park on the 18th.
So for Jim Abbott, Chris Strawmier, and the whole MLTV crew tonight, thank you for watching tonight's game, and we'll be back with you in 2 weeks. This has been Mountain Lion Football from Mansion Park.